People deluded. Arsenal 2, Cardiff's 1. And yeah, we didn't make it easy for ourselves, but we've got the most important thing, which is 3 points, especially when you consider we're playing Manchester City at the weekend. City might be extra mad because you can't see it, but in the corner of my eye, I can actually see their game going on. And I wasn't watching them going on record, but it seems like it's been quite the game. Newcastle are leading, so City are going to be extra mad at us on the weekend. But back to Arsenal. Midweek, we need to shake off whatever happened against United. I don't even repeat them events there, but we lost. We need to move on with life. We want to get top 4. It looks impossible, but we need to win games and not drop points. It's as simple as that. Going into the game, big talking points. Mesut Ozil's back and the captain of the side is kind of predictable. Lichtsteiner came into the side. There was rumours around Maitland-Niles having a knee injury. Not sure the severity of it. Fingers crossed he's fit and back in capacity, ready to play as quick as possible. El Nene hasn't really had much football in regards to the Premier League. Started as well. There's not too many other talking points beyond that. Obviously, Leno and the typical players returned. Monreal played at centre-half as well, obviously with our crisis, and it was good to see Mavropanos on the bench. But going into the game, first 10 minutes, I think it was all Arsenal, man. We had a corner within the first few moments. We was getting in behind. There was a lovely ball very early on from Kohler. I think Guendouzi, lovely control firstly from him. Then a lovely weight of pass to slip Kohler down the left-hand side. Kohler cut it back. We wasn't able to take advantage. It looked like we was up for it. It looked like they were playing a sort of a flat 2 banks of 4. They were kind of flat, and they were making strikers drop in and make it hard for us to get any sort of play. And they were compact. Early on, you were seeing a lot of similarities, ironically, with us versus us versus them, like you saw with us against United, in the sense that we're having to run the terrific play, wonderful play, but we're not making it count. Ozil and Lacazette in particular look up for it, but we're looking like we need a bit more quality. I will say as well, just for me anyways, ironically we conceded from initial wide area, but we did look a bit suspect in regards to clearing our lines. You saw on a couple of occasions nonchalant back passes with his head that could have been taken advantage of. I'll give Cardiff credit. After the first 10 minutes, it's like, I don't know, because I was watching it on the stream, and it's like you saw Gunnarsson or whoever it is in midfield. It's like he was having words with his manager, Neil Warnock, and after that, you then saw them. It's like they thought, all right, cool, man, we're not playing the other top 6. Let's stop sitting back. They stopped sitting back. They stopped over-respecting us because there was a lot of space. Early on, you were seeing Monreal pick up the ball from his own half and dribble and get near the edge of the area. And there's several other examples. They stopped doing that. You then saw, is it Niasse? Niasse was working the wide areas and the channels well for them, and they were winning couple corners. Bobby Reed had couple half chances and was doing the same. And they stopped sitting back. They started to have more of a go of things. Don't get it twisted. We were still in control. But Cardiff were really and it was really, if we're honest with you, it was if I'm honest with you and if we're honest with ourselves, very lackluster, very stale sort of football, man. It's like, yeah, I couldn't understand El Nene. I get that El Nene is at the base. I've told people he's not a defensive mid. Him and Torreira possibly should have swapped positions, and you're seeing it. The play is too lackluster, not just to name him, with a lot of players. Lichtsteiner as well, it looks like he's just not capable of getting up and down the flanks, and he does look like a warrior. And when you're seeing things like with the throw-in, this is away from Lichtsteiner, but there was one incident, he threw the ball, he done his throw-in, and then just from that, it was a direct opportunity for them to counter. There was a couple of incidences like that. So that, together with failing to clear our lines, and don't get twisted, we did clear our lines on the large part quite well, obviously, at this point in the first half, but it just felt like there was enough for Cardiff to be encouraged. And the longer this game goes on at 0-0, we're the ones most under pressure, because a point for Cardiff's good. No disrespect to Cardiff, we need to win. We need to win times 100. We need to win times 1,000 when you consider the game at the weekend. Like I said, man, we need to see a bit more. I can't remember the minute, but Lucas Torreira hit one lovely free kick and it just whistled across the area. I think Mustafi got ahead on it as well. There was a couple of incidences like that. There was an incident, Mustafi made one good slide tackle, but other than that, you were seeing a bit of silly mistakes from our defenders at times as well as the game went on. I feel probably last 15, probably in particular, the last 5-minute passage of the first half, Cardiff put us under, I wouldn't call it sustained pressure, but they were really having a go. And I wouldn't say Arsenal fans, myself, speaking for myself, was necessarily scared, but you felt something could happen, to be fair with you. like I said, man, it felt like Cardiff are growing into the game, and to be honest, rightly so. We're giving them enough encouragement. We're ultimately not putting the ball in the back of the net. We're probably starting to sit off a bit too much, and they're stopping, better yet, to stopping respecting us, and they're starting to have a go at things. And the longer it goes on, you're kind of nervous, especially when you consider. Or at the time, it was going through my head that, alright, cool, man. When did we actually hit the winner against these lows? The 81st minute. Lacazette's up for it. Can't understand. I'm not even going to get into it. Mike Dean's the ref. Can't understand how he didn't have a couple of penalties. Definitely the second one, just before half-time, definitely a penalty. The other one, fair enough, you can concede that. But that one was definitely a pen. And yeah, man, it's looking like a serious talk needs to happen. El Nene, not to dig people out, because on the large part, we're not at it. There's no way around it. But his passing's not really at it today. He's not concentrating in a defensive sense. We were, if I'm honest as well, just on the other basis, I felt we was overindulging in playing out the back, just on the basis of I want to see us playing from the back, and I'm not saying we shouldn't, but I definitely saw Mustafi do it. He played one pass into Guendouzi when he was in between two attackers. I saw Leno do it on a couple of occasions. In fact, I'm so sure, who was it? Forgive me, people, but Leno and someone, who was it? It weren't Monreal, but Leno and someone got caught in the first half. Leno gave him the ball. We got caught kind of messing around in possession, and then it went back to Leno, and we were forced to kick it out. It could have even been Guendouzi, to be fair. I feel Guendouzi had a good game as well, just on that topic, people. The only thing, obviously, he's a bit nonchalant with possession. He's still looking and snitching to the refs and thinking the refs are going to back him, like when Peterson gave him the shoulder to take it out of play. He needs to be a bit smarter in them incidences. But yeah, man, Cardiff should be at it, to be fair with you. Should have enough encouragement, man. Like I said, I can't understand how we haven't got the winner. And you're looking at it, something needs to change, essentially. Like, really and truly, something needs to change. Can't even remember the period we scored. I'm so sure that was in the second half. So we'll get on to that. Forgive me from we'll touch on the goals. But at half time, people, I'm there. The first thought is you can see similarities with the United game in that obviously United had chances and they took them similar to similar. The game was similar, but what I mean by that is that putting them under sustained pressure for periods, a lot of possession, a lot of pretty play down the flanks, a lot of patterns of play. Again, we're trying to walk it into the back of the net. Ultimately, you have to shoot, you have to take chances, and we didn't really create any clear-cut opportunities in that opinion. And probably the only opportunities I really say that I really kind of wanted someone to get on the end of it was Torreira's free kick in that first half. And very early on, like I said, when Guendouzi and Cole are linked up, they're the only ones. And to be honest, a game like this against a side like this, it shouldn't really be on, to be honest with you. We know games are coming thick and fast. There might be a bit of fatigue, but you're thinking, what is really going on? Like I said, on the basis of that, there's no real meaningful efforts at Cardiff's keeper. I can't imagine how many shots we had. I'm so sure we didn't have a shot on target in that first half. And for the situation they're in, for the amount of goals he's conceded, you have every encouragement, and you're going to believe in yourself if that's the case. We're, on a general basis of Cardiff as a team, we're giving them every reason to, honestly, in my head, people believe that they should get 3 points. I do think they're suffering from a sort of inferior complex, if that makes sense, in that they're still respecting us a bit too much in circumstances, but they're starting to have a go at it. And like I said, after the first 10, you saw a significant change in their play. On our note as well, I felt in stages our defending was very suspect, not just by the defenders, just in our whole approach. Probably want to see a bit more from Aubameyang. He's getting involved in stuff, but you want to see a bit more. Want to see a bit more in an offensive sense from the whole team. You want to see our fullbacks getting forward a bit more. I know Lichtsteiner suffered in that. You want to see a bit more bravery from our midfielders as well. Want to see a bit more quality throughout the whole team, essentially. Second half, I'm not going to lie, people, it felt like more of the same. I saw an uptake. Iwobi coming off the bench. For me, I'm not going to say he played amazing, probably 6 out of 10, 6, 7 out of 10, but I saw an effort. He was trying to make things happen. I saw, obviously, we started piling on the pressure. We obviously had a lot of possession and passes in the first half. It probably became a bit more exaggerated in the second half. God knows when we scored. Obviously, we got the penalty. In fact, no, it has to have been in the second half, people, because obviously Iwobi was involved. Iwobi, I know not a lot of people have been speaking about him for the right reasons, in the sense that it's nothing of his own. We've all saw the racist comments by a certain unofficial ambassador who called him a gorilla. It's funny how this gorilla came off the bench, similar to how you unfairly treated him because he was one of the better players against United, come off the bench and is involved in the incidents that leads to the penalty. It's a lovely bit of play, passage of play from the team, to be fair with you. Iwobi gets the ball. Probably overhits the pass slightly, but the intention to play the ball into the area is the right one. Kohler keeps running, pure determination. He's brought down, and third time lucky, what can I say? It's a penalty to us. Can't lie to you lot, people. I couldn't watch it, man. Something was telling me Aubameyang's going to miss this. I need him to score because I want to win this game, and I love my club. I need the fantasy points, and he's one of my favourite players in the side, but I just really couldn't watch it, people. So when I turned around and I heard them celebrating, I thought, yes, alright, cool. If I'm Cardiff as well, I'd still think I have every confidence in the game. So we need to kind of need to get more. Like I said, both teams probably went through the motions in the second half. It was a lovely bit of play in whatever minute it was for Lacazette's goal as well. Sheer determination. He gets the ball in a wide area. I think technically Aubameyang gets the assist. He's fouled. He gets back up to his feet as he keeps doing on several occasions, rightly or wrongly, depending on what the ref is trying to give him. Continues it again on the topic of Cardiff backing off. They're backing off, and they just backed off for his goal. It's sheer determination from him, but they just backed off. He puts it in. It's 2-0 at this point, and you kind of say we're coasting, and to a degree, I won't say the result flatters us because I don't feel Cardiff did enough, and I feel, on one hand, while I feel we was a bit suspect, I didn't necessarily feel troubled by Cardiff, but you could see 2-0 at this point. It looks like we're gonna win with this and things like that. We saved it in the second half, but really and truly the play hasn't been there collectively throughout the whole team. The added sharpness or intensity that's probably needed in a game like this is not been there. Whether that's been through fatigue, like I said, people, we've had some tough games in quick succession, and the games are coming thick and fast. I don't know, to be honest with you, people. Obviously, Jenkinson came on the field and he didn't have the best of games. Not that he played appalling, there wasn't much for him to do, but he just simply did what Lichtsteiner couldn't, offered an angle and defended. I haven't got nothing against Lichtsteiner. It just clearly looks like his body's declining in regards to playing at the top level, but we're going through the motions. Like I said, Cardiff are still troubling. They're still having a goal, to be fair. They've made some substitutions. Mendes Lang is doing his thing. I think they brought on Kadeem Harris, a bit of pace to trouble us, and they deserve their goal. They at least deserve the goal. I'm not going to lie to you lot, people, because if we walked away with a clean sheet, it would have flattered us as a whole in regards to our performance if we walked away with a 2-0 win. And ironically, it comes from a wide position. Again, we're at 6s and 7s defensively. Mendes Lang takes advantage, and it's 2-1. It's in the die numbers of the game. I think technically the 93rd minute, but yeah, we should be looking to walk away with a clean sheet. Standards probably got to stay high, to be honest, people, and it dropped because it was 2-1. Not that the standards were there in the game. What can I say, people? It's 2-1, similar to, it's an exact mirror of the game at their place. We got the job done in the second half. We turned it around of sorts. We obviously got some passages of play going, and we did our thing. Can't understand how why Ozil got subbed as well. It was a bit deep from Emery, but we did what we needed to do, man, and that was just the 3 points. Obviously, I would have liked the scoreline to look a bit prettier, and obviously the performance, but at the end of the day, we needed 3 points with Manchester City coming up, and we've done that, to be fair with you people. Several incidences to improve. Now it's just hopefully you're seeing a lot of rumours with Denis Suarez and them things there, that moves can be done and completed. But yeah, man, as in regards to this game, Arsenal 2, Cardiff 1, what can I say, people? We go marching on. I'm absolutely knackered. It's been a long day. So yeah, man, I'm sure you are as well, and I'm pretty sure at this moment in time, well, last time I checked, Manchester United were losing 2-0 to Burnley. Hopefully that's still the same scoreline. So yeah, man, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy game week of football, man. You obviously see Mitrovic and Fulham having a crazy game, but yeah, man, hopefully United lose and carry on a decent day of football today. Anyways, people, DG.